alliances. Like, for example, I mentioned the fact that Lone Druid is a prominent hero. Liquid haven't shown in recent time that they want to first phase the hero. They're not like ultra confident in it, but if it looks like a game, they'll pick it. So this could be where Liquid just go, actually, let's just go. Let's just
Kotal still in the pool.
Yep.
Bristleback still in the pool.
Bristleback,
You have so many heroes that are left remaining that can be your first pick, first phase material.
That's the other thing as well Alliance could do. If they offer up enough heroes, Liquid can't actually go for it. But
I love the Kotal ban.
Yep.
I love the Kotal ban. I think you value the Kotal more than Bristle, even with the Timbersaw being banned out by Alliance. But here, for Team Liquid, you could go for the Bristle this early on. Why not? You can open it with...
I feel like the Centaur ban might just be a first phase Lone Druid. I don't know if they banned... Did they ban that Centaur?
Yeah, they banned out Centaur.
Okay. I didn't know if they adjusted that ban for this game, but okay, they go for first pick Oracle.
Classic Insania, man. Like, if you give that boy a chance to pick Oracle, he's going to take it.
Right?
Like, for as long as I've known him, it's Phoenix, Kotal, Oracle. Like, those three heroes, if they're in the pool, he's going to pick them up and he's going to do pretty well with them.
But it did do so much work in that game. You think about that critical jungle fight where Alliance maybe could have turned it around. You have the DK on the high ground, Oracle low ground, saving him, suddenly turning the fight round. So I think...
It was so strong as well. They got him so low, but the Dragon Blood kicked in together with the False Promise, just turned the fight away. All right. Oracle first phase.
2 picks now for Alliance. How do we want to see this one opened up?
There's so many options. Like,
of course.
Like, that's like...
I'm just telling you, like, based on last game, is there anything you'd like to see from the supports that wasn't there last game?
Oh,
here we go.
Straight up
like a few balls.
All right. That's pretty interesting. Now the question is, are they comboing it? Is this a gyro in the first stage instantly with that Wisp? Is it something different? Are they picking Wisp because they believe in the hero itself, or perhaps there's some combo that they believe in? All right, they pick up the Mars as well.
The issue with an early gyro second pick is you just basically give Liquid the free Morphling game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And you also can't really go for pairing, but instead they just go for an open IO, pair it with the S4 Mars. Mars could still obviously be mid or side lane. I think it's just be their off lane at this point.
They could still go for gyro later on if they ban out.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing. So I think right now you're kind of putting Liquid into a position you either have to pick it or ban it potentially.
I'm thinking that Venom might be pretty legit versus the Wisp overall in the laning stage and after it. We'll see what they end up going for. With the Vessel, it's pretty strong, but I believe Ember is pretty much picked for that reason as well.
Yeah,
you can build a Vessel on him. It's pretty strong. It comes early. It's definitely good versus Wisp. The reasoning behind my Venom decision is the laning stage as well. The Gale works really well when you have 2 heroes tethered up together. The Wisp doesn't get the movement speed too, if you can set up the lane well.
True. Would it feel a little bit too early for Veno though?
No, I don't think it's going to be
that was your oddball from Alpha.
Yeah,
right?
It's just an oddball. It's possible, but
I just don't know if Liquid have the faith in the Veno, because yesterday they did play a Veno game. They had I think it was like Veno, PA, that type of lineup, and it kind of
and today Veno as well didn't really do that.
It felt pretty flat.
There's a lot of players right now considering Veno as a really strong pick, because of the Poison Sting, because of the Vessel as well. You just completely mitigate the region. And to be honest, I played it versus a Gyro and Wisp. A Gyro with Wisp, with Satanic activated. With my just passive Vessel, and Poison Sting didn't heal from Satanic almost at all. So
did he buy a BKB?
Don't
bring
ruin his
these
top
small
game.
intricacies into the talk. If the BKB is off, let's say. He had BKB, but it was off. I still lost though. But
I mean, he wasn't even at full power. He hadn't got discarded yet. Because we're going to see a slot ban coming out from Team Liquid.
Yeah. Irish Slark lane, very solid. We've seen Ikabe play it yesterday.
We saw the Wisp Slark as well, which was pretty solid.
Yeah, they saw it today. It did kind of... They actually know that game was pretty close up until the point where Flighterman just weren't able to convert against Hellraisers. But no, I like the way that Alliance set themselves up. They've just got to be patient though. Don't rush into their IO combo. Pick up your... There's obviously going to be a position, because FNG doesn't play IO, right? We've seen IO.
I think he can play it most like... I think he can definitely play the Wisp, but it won't be him. It should be the Hanskin Wisp.
Okay.
So likely we see a 5 coming out from Alliance next then.
Like another casual shaker could be the play for Alliance. Double down on the team fight. You have to make whatever hero you have pairing with the IO needs to pretty much cover. The IO does nothing in the game in terms of your team fight. He's just kind of enabling that core. So I think that's why Shaker is such a strong pairing with this.
It's very greedy though. You're thinking about Wisp plus
true.
Shaker.
No, yeah,
it's super greedy as two supports. in that first game as well. They had a shaker. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Actually,
I just love heroes that are able to set up that relocate gank on your position 5 if you're playing Wisp as a 4. Wisp can be a 5 as well. It can pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, you don't get as much farm, but you do have that relocate that you bring to the table.
I guess we've got to think about whether FNG... Would we want to see him on the Wisp, or do we want more classic?
You can give him something
like Lich?
Your Witch Doctor that you guys are talking about, amplifying the heal as well, gives you some setup Banes, heroes like that. Not great, but...
the face T, come on.
Luckily the camera wasn't focused, so it's fine. But no, actually, yeah, I think the classic, that's a classic one, the Bane IO, right? The Bane just gets to freely walk around, you Nightmare, the issue is you have
set up the relocate, it's pretty solid.
I'm a little bit worried about the Dispel from the Oracle, though.
This is also an option, go for the Chen. The amount of heals that they've got right now is tremendous. You have that push from the Chen. You have that hero that's pretty strong in the mid game. So Wisp doesn't really... you don't feel the Wisp being as that...
Does the Venom answer look more tempting now? For
Definitely. There's a lot of heroes that Venom is really good against. They're going to go with Mirana again.
Just keeping the same draft. We just don't really need to do anything special. We won a game. Let me rephrase that. They dumpstered a game. So let's just do it again.
Do you think this baits Alliance into needing to ban that lone druid, the final one?
Maybe. It depends on like
you want to lose against it.
Yeah, you want to take another L.
Yeah.
Like they banned out Necro, and now they're in the position where it's like, well, I feel like I've seen this draft before. Are they going to pick DK? No matter what hero they pick, they're just going to go DK. And then we have to go, are they going to pick lone druid? Nah. Then they pick lone druid, and Liquid like, gotcha.
Oh, Bristle. All right, this is something that they... like in that last game, they had the Razor, right, to stand in front of the towers, defend it. But Razor, in the mid-game, if he doesn't have a good laning stage, doesn't do that really well. Bristleback does a much better job, especially when you have a lot of heal, especially when you have a Wisp to constantly feed you that mana and HP, so...
DK, same draft.
Would you really want the same draft to just be making the same points over again?
Sure, we can just roll the tape on the previous game, slap it on this one.
Let's go earlier.
Yeah, just a little intermission.
Rewind, play again.
We'll try and get Toby to have to play off the intro again.
Liquid have the ability to win the game early, but then they might fall flat compared to running out of Bristle draft. Like, okay, I don't think we can recycle, but no.
If you're not looking at the DK, is there something else that comes to mind for Liquid right now?
They've already pretty much covered the whole idea of the Hill Boys because they have the Ember who can go for your Vessel. I think they need... In this game, I would like to see them pick up a more of a frontliner type hero with the less reliance on the we can just end the game, simply because they are playing up against the IO Bristle.
Oh God.
Okay.
We even forget that we don't even mention Oracle Huskar any longer.
Yeah. We rarely ever see it at the moment.
Yeah, it's so rarely picked up, but yeah, we've just gotten ourselves a Huskar with an Oracle.
Okay, but they do have last pick on Alliance.
So what if you have last pick? What do you go for? Viper
or Windrunner? I think are the two defaults. Ooh. I know back on Chaos days, we would always love the Windrunner v Huskar, just because obviously you have the Windrun against the Burning Spears, and you always have kill potential in the game.
Constantly use your ulti.
You have the range as well that you can actually not get hit by the disarm. So potentially an option. It does look a bit janky, but I could see it working. But I think Viper and Windrunner are like the main two here potentially.
Would you say Viper looks a bit more favorable because of that Oracle save, right? Like if you shackle shot, but then it gets dispelled off, Huskar's still unleashed again?
Yeah, it's not really the shackle. The shackle's like okay. It's more the fact that he just has a strong lane and it can actually pressure.
You can pretty much dumpster in the laning stage.
Yeah.
And later on the ulti is pretty good too. But Windrunner isn't really played a lot as well.
I'm really like saying it. It hurts to say it, but I know just in this matchup it's good.
There's just going to be links to that 30-minute video in the chat at that point. There was a final ban on the Batrider from Alliance.
What is the offlaner for Liquid? What completes their draft?
Do you think Batrider was the most worrying pick that could have came out?
It's definitely a boxy hero, right?
Yeah, it sets the tempo.
It sets the tempo, gives you that catch potential as well. In the laning versus the Bristleback, it can work out if it is even the Bristleback on this.
Well, Alliance basically have a draft where their supports don't really do anything, right? In terms of stun, they enable the go mentality, and they rely on Mars to be their team fight and Bristleback to soak their spells to enable Mars to have that good team fight.
We won't see the Viper.
We won't see the Viper. There we go. Adios. So if Liquid just pick up any offlane that has the ability to reach backlines, I think it will greatly enable this Huskar, and it will cause so much confusion in these fights that it'll be hard for Alliance to cleanly jump this Oracle, which we saw in that last game. It's like there was no position where Alliance could just cleanly haunt kill an Oracle because there was so much disruption in a fight. And that's what I want to see
if you group up around that Huskar early on, Wisp can come in handy if you have a hero that can split push with him constantly, which is something that Alliance can use. But so far they don't.
Well, there's the
right?
DK.
They don't really have that hero so far, at least.
But he's the guy that can soak spells. It's going to be an offlane DK again. He's going to go for the early Blink Dagger.
The catch.
Yep.
That meat wall up front that you need as well next to Huskar before he comes online.
The difference is simply the laning phase won't be as free for the DK because it is going to be the Bristle IO lane. So you're going to have that cool spam, and the DK is going to have a little bit of pressure.
Buy a stick. Just buy a stick.
Just buy a stick, lol.
You're fine.
But no,
if it is the Wisp Bristle in that lane, it still could be your offlane Bristle, and Chen could be on the safe lane with something else, or Wisp as well.
What are the alternatives?
Actually,
to
no,
mid,
Mars is most likely the offlane for them.
Like, what are they lacking right now?
They just scratch that. They
heroes
just need the mid. They just need the mid versus Huskar, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it. The lanes are
So
solid.
just
They need
address
that.
the Huskar on the lane.
Yeah,
The rest
exactly.
is dealt with.
Yeah, pretty much that. Bristle as a carry can naturally counter the Huskar in terms of itemization. You can always go for the Halberd, for example. You could even go for the casual pipe to enable the rest of your team, but Mars most likely will be buying that. Phase Vlad's pipe, Blink Dagger, and they go for Lina, which, yeah, does very well. It's the whole idea.
Yeah, with the
Conceptually,
rework,
it's
from the
the same idea.
rework of Huskar, it's also pretty good as well, right? You get the burst damage for him.
I think it's mainly the fact that you've got a mid that can actually play the lane. You're not going to lose your tower because you have the Lina who can always get that wave clear. I think the main concern, though, simply for Alliance, and I kind of said it earlier, was simply the fact that you rely so heavily on Mars to be the guy that presents the team fight, right? Like, Bristleback will soak some spells, Mars will then come in, and then other than that, that's your protecting factor for Lina. So if Huskar finds his farm in mid, DK probably should find some farm in
They
off
have a lot of reach.
Yeah, it's
not
gonna be
even
very easy
It's
for
not like you're mentioning Huskar and DK, but look at their last core. It's Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
It's very simple. He doesn't even need items to get on top of that Lina, and it will be very simple for them to catch both the Wisp and the Lina in those backlines.
Well, these are the drafts we've got to work with. Alliance, they need to pull someone out of the bag, or Liquid are just going to run away with this series. We'll have to see if that Lina is too hot for Liquid to handle. Pass it over to Toby and Lacoste. How about it?
You know, I feel like that panel was right on point. Very smart thoughts. What do you think, Lacoste?
I feel like it's a great Huskar game. You have save from the Oracle. Ember Spirit once again will go for Spirit Vessel against Chen, against Io's healing, and they're limited once again with catching the Ember. Mickey did not die a single time in the previous game. This game it's going to be a bit harder since he's playing against Lina. So with the Yule setup and the LSA, he will need to dodge those. But Team Liquid with pretty much the same lineup.
Yep, just substitute out the lone druid and bring in the rest. But you also said like as long as Ember actually does dodge the LSA, it feels like he'll dodge everything else. Like the amount of stuns which are currently available for Alliance are minimal, to say the least.
And you have these two beefy frontliners, Dragon Knight and Huskar. So they're not going to be even focusing Ember Spirit in the fights.
It's like, okay, let's chain our stuns to kill off one of these heroes. Okay.
We have no stuns. We have no chain stuns.
Well, let's see how the laning phase pans out. Like, that's where the pressure was in game one, and Liquid definitely stepped up to the mark. So Koifa gets his mid, the classic mid Huskar with the 3 gauntlets. This is the way you play. There's actually Winter was giving me a lesson earlier today when I was casting the BTS stuff of like actually maybe you're a big Warcraft 3 boy. Who was the Warcraft 3 hero that would run 3 gauntlets?
Oh, that's a good one. Like you bought this thing. Who was it? I don't remember right now. Give me a hint, Toby.
He has a bottom jaw that looks like a vandalized graveyard.
Lifestealer.
And it's Lifestealer.
Yes, it was.
Yep. I give all credit to remembering that one to Winter. McKay and Insania want to come for a little bit of a contest. And of course, Tiger is waiting to just throw an arrow from downtown if they can just get a searing chain like that. Fire the arrow forward. FNG, Mr. President, takes it for the team. There's still a lot of damage going into S4 and FNG, and because S4 went for the God's Rebuke to begin with, they don't have a lot more to follow with an Insania and Tiger. They want to keep going at FNG. Is S4 now going to actually slow him down? No, he doesn't. He just keeps running with his team, and it's like, well, I'll block the lane.
You do not want to give first blood to this man. Like, his positioning is extremely good, and now giving him a first blood, what is he going to buy? Is he going for Ring of Bassy? There's a lot of couriers. Just bringing some 2 sentries. All right.
2 sentries, a mango, and a tango. Probably looking for FNG, who instantly gets the Dire Observe Award. Victory! Except he's looking for Insania directly.
A bit of a different build.
Now we can take the obs.
On Chen, he decided to go for Penitence level 1 last game. Now with the Divine Favor. Divine Favor got a bit nerfed in the previous patch. Not a bit, like 0.75.
Yeah, almost a 50% nerf. Almost. Tiger's doing his fun stuff. It's like, well, I'll grab the creep wave for everybody. Don't worry. Just try and make sure the Boxy's got a good positioning for it all. And then the mid matchup, like, how's this meant to work? Husker, like, this one's a little different. Qualifier didn't have that, like, almost one-way full, like, head start on Limp that he had in game 1.
Limp has a very nice start on Lina, and one of the reasons why you like last pick Lina when you're playing against Huskars, when you're playing against Razors, you want to be able to outrange them. Like, Lina's range is 670.
How do you think that the start still keeps going? Like, Quoif hits level 2 and he threw like 3 spears into Limp's. Like, well, Limp's losing a little life instantly.
Huskar loves to play on a low HP.
Yeah,
but Lina has a ton of burst damage. And
Quoif also wants to not play underneath the tower. He just missed both the last hits on the range creeps then.
Also, the thing is, since the previous patch, you don't get magic resistance from the strength anymore, which means that you're going to be sitting at exact 25%. But you don't also get the spell amp, but it's still a nerf to the strength heroes, in my opinion.
Alliance will be a lot happier with their CS game at the very start of this. Lina and Mars doing very, very well. In fact, all 3 cores from Alliance hit double digits before anyone from Liquid reach it. And Boxy, Nico's just enjoying getting up in the face of him. Yeah, you got your Dragon Blood, but Nico's got a little bit of nasal goo to throw out as well. He'll look for a counter. And Tiger's trying to change the balance with an arrow, but Hanskin easily able to dodge.
Do you know, Toby, that I thought this spell was called Vicious Nasal Goo for almost 15 years? Like, I realized it last year that it's actually viscous. I know some other people thought.
I don't think anyone's actually ever called it by the first word. You just, like, it's just goo. It's just goo, like, or nasal goo. Max, goodbye, courier. Goodbye, Shagbark, one of the original great couriers. I put him up there with Fluffy the Devourer of Weeds, Ramnort. Another arrow to fly forward. That won't hit anything. The creeps tank it up.
It's one of those arrows when you're playing a pub and you're like, sorry, I've missed, but you weren't actually trying to hit a hero. You were trying to get a range creep or just a neutral one.
It's like when Marana makes the sound effect. It was like, I was like, actually, no, I intended this. Mickey, real trouble up on top. S4 having the damage available, working with FNG. After getting the 2 points up in Spirit, just takes out the Ember Spirit.
Much better. Yeah. Yep. Laning stage for Alliance this game, bottom lane. Dragonite's forced to TP it out, and he TPs to tier 1 tower. He can't go for this, like, super aggressive build this game, I'd say.
That's the second courier that's now been sniped out by Tiger. And he's looking towards the mid. If he hits this arrow, so close to Limp. That would have been a guaranteed kill on the Lina, who's already, like, out of all the lanes of the Alliance doing well with CS, Limp's actually burnt so much on consumables. He's got no more regeneration available, and he's actually lower net worth than that of the Ember. So if Tiger wants to commit for this, he's got arrow in 1 second. Salve, and they can't. Oh, he did it in range of him. He had the Radiant Ward down. Oh, this lane was already hard enough with regeneration.
Even without the ward, Marana should see him there. Like, just, I'm pretty sure that Tiger would leap just to cancel it.
Bottom lane, Boxy needs a little extra help.
Top lane,
There's a lot of creeps underneath that tower. While up on top, FNG on the run. Mickey, Insania, and Tiger all working together. The Sleight of Fist will find that kill. Now, DK... Boxy's actually just doing this like a boss. He had 2.5 creep waves, and Nico Baby, who's expended every bit of mana he's got, pressuring him underneath that tower. While again, they go on top. S4 this time hit by the Mirana arrow. And Mickey didn't take that long. Got himself a double kill. All for the 5-minute bounty runes.
Bosky on the bottom lane just collecting XP. What is he sitting at? 13 CS. Well, not too much, but the good thing is he's getting a ton of XP. Is about to hit level 6. It also allows Mirana to roam around.
It's the power of the DK, right? Like you don't even have to spend money on consumables. So his net worth is not that trashed. He still has more net worth than Adelina, sitting at 1,700. Sure, he's behind Mars. But you hit level 6 and you can start pressuring towers, and I'm still wondering then when Koifa starts to feel good. Arrow, this one will connect, and Limp's in trouble. In fact, Limp is most definitely dead. Looking for one last light strike array, but Tiger kills secures, taking his first kill of the game.
Lina was so close to level 6, needs like 1 CS. Huskar needs to be careful, has Fairy Fire to work with, a Tango.
I got Boxy. It's like, oh, Io's left. Now the arrow is going to fly forward. That's going to hit pretty hard in towards Hanskin. Nico's trying to do as much work against Boxy as he possibly can. He should be able to find this kill with one more spray of the quills, but Tiger body blocking him out. Boxy gets some distance. The stick charges come off cooldown. He's like, all right, do we turn? I got a lot of money sitting in this lane. Needs to be farmed.
And he's gonna deny the wave. The lane will come back to him.
Dragon Tail stun.
Arrow.
And the long range arrow! The creep wave didn't wrap around in time. Hanskin will bring the bottle charges. And Nico's gonna get his life back again, but Tiger... And he's racking up that stun timing while S4's going to try and do the same, spearing McKay in towards the trees. FNG's there to try and help out, so is Insania, hitting heavily in towards S4 with a Sleight of Fist. They have enough damage to get the kill. S4 thought he was starting the party.
Chen is very high level. 7 minutes in, already level 5. And a bit of XP bottom lane.
They're diving again. Boxy's got 10 stick charges available. He's ready to try and fight. Throws out the arrow. It connects over on Hanskin as Koifa trying to go on Nico, baby. The TP's coming in, but then Hanskin's like, well, I can tether to you, but I'll still die. Well,
they try to go for Bristleback, but they know that Io does not have a TP ready since he TP'd like 40 seconds ago.
S4's looking for Mickey, able to connect on the spear. Insania's trying to keep him away. FNG diving in deep. Now Boxy's going to arrive. Searing changes out. Chen getting beaten down by Boxy. 73 base damage. That arrow is well off target. He'll take out the traitor creep. But FNG at least can get this kill onto Mickey. He'll end the spree and then stand his ground and say, well, I will die. I accept this. This was a worthwhile trade.
Dragon Knight had 2 healing salves. Maybe if he could get close, use one on Ember, it could have saved his life.
Denied.
He would have really appreciated that, the Ember. This hasn't been a fun game for him so far. But then again, I suppose he's the same net worth as the DK, so they're both on equal terms.
Check the CS, like Lina 51 on top of CS, but if you check the net worth,
yeah,
in the middle, like
she's so low.
3K, because she burned a lot of that region, bringing flask, bringing mana, so that she can keep harassing Huskar.
Yeah, her efficiency will get better now because she's got the bottle. And also has a DD rune bottled up. And just a casual arcane ring to help things along the way. Koifa walking up into the Observer, trying to get rid of the Obs Ward. They need vision on the high ground, though, to finish the job. So that Obs will just sit and I'll be able to deny it. FNG, making sure they don't get the money. And so little pressure being applied to the bottom lane. Boxy was able to go to the top lane, have his fight, and now TP to the bottom, to the top lane, and then TP to the bottom. While up on top, S4, hunting his own Observer and Sentry. Just nice spear, pushing back Tiger and Mickey.
Sadly for Mickey, he only needed 1 CS. He would have used the triple remnant there and just get a kill on S4. I want to see Limp make a rotation, 30 seconds until the next rune. Still has Laguna Blade.
I wonder if they actually can test Boxy. He's going for that fast blink again. He has another free lane, so this will be slower than it was in game 1. At least he knows he can't be pressured too heavily by Nico. Like, he was underneath tower, tanking them out. He really doesn't care too much.
Rune spawning, Koikwa
It's a 2-2.
close to Invis Rune.
Oh, Mickey? So yeah, this that is not the ultimate that S4 was really hoping for. And now he gets Searing Chains, leap into the arrow. They'd be as quick as they possibly can. And Insane extra control coming in from the Fortune's End, but Hand of God from FNG is a lot more life back. And S4 thinks about the fight. Relocate. They bring in Nico, baby. Mickey well away from any kind of tree. That whole area has just been cleared by the arena. So 4 heroes up on top. What do you want to commit? Boxy and Koifa were waiting for a fight on bottom. They're looking for the relocate back. And maybe you actually find your target. Koifa. You can really only go on Hanskin. Mickey and Insania will have to do the defense job up on top. It's a good spear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And some decent damage.
Yeah, she already TP'd back to the bottom lane, so they will not have arrow to kill the catapult nor the Chen creeps, so that's going to be a free tower. But I think Bristle and Io can still defend the bottom lane.
Boxy's a little aggressive. Now, support Mirana too far away, just trying to take the outpost. That's not going to really give you that much unless you can bring in TP support. And Boxy, oh, they won't care. They have the AoE. And up on top.
Trouble.
Yeah, Mickey's ready to go. Side of Fist Searing Chains already actually using it pretty early on. And then the triple Remnant commitment. But Limp actually connects on the LSA, giving him the time to get the Laguna off. And Mickey losing his life to take that kill.
Insane, I was not expecting that. Had Fate's Edict ready and False Promise to drop on him. I guess he was afraid that he's gonna be the one being bursted down.
And so much more space now being created for Alliance. The mech gets completed on FNG. It doesn't have to be built by S4 like it was in game 1.
Yeah, much better game for Alliance this time. Bristleback having an extremely good time. Vanguard, Soul Ring. They don't have the answer for Nico Baby at the moment.
You're going to have to try and have a crack over at Nico Baby. You got a double damage bottle ready from Io. To give the tether, he's going to relocate, save out the Bristleback. Oh, Searing Chains! He's too far out of range. Relocate being saved, couldn't tether up either, so no extra buff, but they can't really capitalize. Mars still sitting behind everybody else, but it's the mid lane where Limp is just doing this Lina from range. And we got ourselves a 5-on-4. DK not involved in the fight just yet. You'll lose the mid-tier 1 tower to Limp. That kind of felt inevitable.
Alliance moving nicely around the map, relocating top, securing the tower. Also, they defended the bottom tower. Now they took the tier 1 tower on the mid lane. It also opens up the Roche for them. If they take like one good fight, kill 2 heroes with Bristleback, it's so easy to actually kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the problem. They can't catch Mickey.
Yeah, can't catch
unless
Mickey.
He overextends.
Yeah, you need to hit the perfect stuns. Like, it's gonna go. I think it's more pressure on Limp than anything else to actually have the levels for the burst damage. And Koifa, Insania, get this wonderful thing. 100% magic damage resistance. Really good.
He even died there. It's a level 2 ulti, 650. He was sitting at like 600 HP.
I suppose it's a little deceiving, right? When you've got so much HP and you look like you're walking around at a quarter. It's like, well, I've still got 800. The bottom lane. The Chen army is standing its ground. Boxy's trying to force it out. Quick observer.
Two observer wards and the sentry.
That's a lot of vision.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And look where Tiger is. You get throw an arrow through the back line. So FNG and S4, they're all sitting up pretty high. So the arrow won't be able to connect. Extra TP arriving. Nika's going to be here. Alliance, all right. They want to have a fight. The DK form's only halfway through its duration. Husker wants still a little bit more. Tether forward. Koifa trying to be protected. The arena is up. Koifa's trapped inside of it. So is Boxy. They can't really get away. False Promise will allow Koifa just to man up and find whatever he wants while the backline's picked off by Limp. And now he'll go through the cores as well. Boxy down. Koifa down. And Mirana running away under the cover of nighttime.
The problem is they have no hero that deals with the Bristleback right now. He is the ultimate carry. Like, they go on Huskar, he tries to use a life break, but Bristleback does not care too much about that. There is a ton of healing coming out from Handscan and relocate.
He was actually really, really lucky. They're relocating for runes, but Tiger was really, really lucky. Oh, S4 still gonna get him.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tiger walked up, got hit by the Prowler, stunned up, so then the spear was able to connect on him, but S4 didn't line up the tree with the spear. So he didn't get the easy stun and easy kill, but still tracked down Tiger.
Also, Mickey is not having that great of a time this game, so the Spirit Vessel will be delayed. That's one way to kill Io, Bristleback, Chen, just reducing the region. The new aura feels so good.
It really feels like Liquid's got their backs against the wall in this game. Alliance... You need the Roshan, right? That's where our focus goes next. Make sure Huskar doesn't have an Aegis of the Immortal available.
Well, that's why Alliance is running into Roche right now. They understand how strong they are. With the Goo, Alpha Wolf, there is enough damage to bring him down. Liquid, they know something is up. They have
They're coming.
Sentry and Ops in the river.
Good time to Blink Dagger reveal, but the Blink Dagger is still coming on the Courier. It's not there yet. It's a good 5-second arrow stun over on Nico Baby, but Lim's the primary damage dealer. So if they want to go in, it's now. And Mickey, a Sleight of Fist can give extra vision. Koifa running to the front lines. Doesn't have a lot to survive with just yet. And Boxy gets the Blink Dagger forward. They're looking to get the kill over on Limp, and they're focusing him down, but he can't get the kill just yet. Limp still surviving, moving away from the arena. Koifa was protected by the False Promise. But once again, they're having a hard time running away, and it's giving all the heal he possibly can. The Inner Fire's not doing enough. Another jump forward. Io's regeneration has just kept everybody up. Hand of God, mech, everything you want to throw at him. Only Io and Lina to fall. So far for Alliance, you've still got S4 ready to fight. Same with Nico Baby and Roshan. Very low, 1,000 HP. They've got to go back in and finish the job.
Alliance needs to go back, finish off the Roche.
She's going to look for that arrow.
Tornado, also ready to zone them out. If Mickey can somehow get in, steal that Aegis, it would be such a huge play for Liquid. Bristleback's unkillable. You don't even give...
All right,
I think you should give it to Limp.
All right, Tiger. Arrow. It connects on Bristleback. He's thinking about it. He's really, really thinking about the leap in. 2, 1. Now's the time to go. No, he'll leap away. It would have been pretty ballsy to go for it.
Yeah,
but it was actually kind of bad because Boxy couldn't TP. It was still on cooldown. So he's just trying to get the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. Get some level of collateral.
Nico Baby was kind of forced to pick up that Aegis since Limp was not around. I don't think they would give it to him since he really is unkillable.
All right, Mars. Spear him up. Relocate him down. And goodbye, Dragon Knight. One more attack, he can finish up the tower. In fact, no, it gets denied by Io. So they don't even get that. And Radiant have to be feeling very, very happy today, both as Liquid or Alliance. And then a relocate up towards the top, the Wisp Spirits. A little too late to find the TPing out Mirana.
Yeah, that's one problem that Alliance has right now is they don't have the best way to like catch the Ember Spirit. They don't have the best way to gank to set up the kills with. You can dual Scepter into relocate. That's your play. But right now they are controlling the map. Bristleback is extremely tanky, full S and Y. I'd like to see something like a Basher just to be able to control. Like you're literally playing against 3 melee cores. I consider Huskar as almost a melee hero.
Jumping again, Dragon Tail Star now, be ready for the IO, but then again, no relocate is available. And Koifa, well, they don't feel like they got enough. That's an Aegis, the Immortal Bristleback, and that's a lot of Quill Spray stacks starting to build up over on Team Liquid. They just want to get rid of the IO, get rid of Hanskin's heal. One more attack will be able to do that, but what's the casualty here? Insania, he's the trade-off, and Laguna Blade finally putting down the Huskar. Insania's like, fine, I'll just buy back into this game. I guess Nico's happy with that too. They'll just end up just killing him off if they want to. Arrow flies forward. It's a good stun over on the Lina. He's able to get his own stun up on Box. He can't get himself up. FNG gives all the life required to keep this fight going, and S4 begins the Arena of Blood. And they isolate Koifa in the middle of it. He's down again. There's 2 diebacks. Actually, it's only one. Insania was able to survive a little longer, but Mickey's gone too, and maybe they do actually get the second dieback on Insania because they are diving in deep. The arrow flies very much astray from Tiger, missing the leap to get into the base because Nico Baby's hunting him. One more leap, that's it. He's out of leaps. Nico Baby, 3 hits to get the kill. He doesn't even have time for it, or the damage to get it.
Insania was ready with that buyback. Like, he did not want to use ulti on himself, but then TPs and they instantly focus him. So he uses the ulti on himself, which is not what you want to do. So 2 diebacks. I think Alliance is just in control of this game. Bristleback, he does not need this Aegis. They can't kill him.
Yep. But this is now going to be top racks. You breach until Bristol dies, and even then you'll probably stick around. He's hit 10k net worth in 20 minutes. There is a serious damage output issue for Team Liquid. You can fire all your arrows you want, at least you'll kill off the Wild Wing, but the tier 3 tower is gone. Bristol with his about 300 damage physical each pop.
No biggie.
Yeah. Lena with her cannon attack as well.
You know things are not going well for you when enemy heroes are going for Holy Locket. Like, this is just straight up styling, since this item is garbage.
Oh, okay. There has to be enough buffs to make it more valid.
For sure. Like, new Scotty reduces healing. Same goes for like new Spirit Vessel aura.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe this hero, this item needs some kind of a buff. It's good enough.
DK gonna get the stun over on Limp. They got the Spirit Vessel available. They need to kill him up. But again, this arena, so good from S4. Koifa, he's got the extra help. Insania's got his back for this one. Limp, unable to get that regeneration. The Spirit Vessel made life really, really difficult. But DK down for the count. Koifa back up to full health thanks to all the healing from Insania. So it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. The spear being thrown. They have the Observer and Sentry, so Moonlight Shadow does not give Mickey the cover he thought he had. That's very slow Spirit going to the low ground. FNG's TP out. It will not be successful. Damage output is finally there from Koi for answering one of the problems, but there's a lot of other problems to try and answer. One is Hanskin, another Spirit Vessel charge going to work, but they still have to stay close enough to him. Hanskin trying to juke it around the tree lines, but Mickey finally tracked him down as Tiger leaps away. The arrow will buy a small section of time, but Nico Baby disarms so at least can't attack it, but a quick little slow, one more Quill Spray stack if he can get close enough. Maybe they can find this kill on Tiger, and they're able to do so.
Nico Baby can do whatever he wants, get to whichever target he wants to go for in these fights, since you do not want to focus him down. Like, Dragon Knight gets close, he only has a Blink Dagger at the moment, no defensive items, but the Spirit Vessel on Mickey is doing so much. They managed to grab 3 kills because of the Spirit Vessel.
As long as they can keep the charges up, then they can keep going with this. But Alliance will get tankier and tankier as time goes on. Getting through them is going to be harder, but yeah, Holy Locket. Well done, IR.
And there's the Basher on Bristleback. I saw him queuing up AC, but as I said, Basher just to control these melee heroes.
Not enough trees for S4 to work with. He's trying to find a better angle or a better hero. Whoop! Oracle tries to purge himself as quick as he can. They just arena him. Insania's dead for a good 30 seconds. Still got tier 2 towers to bring down Alliance if they want to claim another lane of racks. And in fact, Io just relocates the bottom lane. They find Boxy on the bottom, trying to buy a little bit of extra space for his team, but they'll relocate back in again in a second. Tiger's trying to keep the defense in the mid, but I'm loving this from FNG. He summons skeleton minions so they soak up the arrows. So Tiger can't get those easy pickoffs on the big creeps.
Full Guardian Greaves on Chen on top of Hand of God. Like, he's gonna heal you up for 500 plus 600 actually.
Nice and easy. But the tier 2 tower will fall. And Team Liquid, they're staying in this. They feel like there's a chance. Right now, win probability is at 5%.
Yeah, they understand this quarantine. Stay inside. That's how we win. I don't think it's going to help them, though, but...
you still need a slow release from that quarantine, or else it'll be more fatal. And Alliance is doing the right thing. They're cleaning up the outside. Take all the tier 2 towers out you possibly can. Roshan may respawn in 45 seconds, and he can be your next target.
Invisibility.
I want to guarantee this gets to go to a third game. Both these teams really itching for a win. They weren't able to claim one yesterday. Of course, opponents were probably a little different. One an IP, one team secret. Smoke up from Liquid. They want to wrap around. They want to find a target. Who's going to be close? Chen, Sentry Wards, Observers being planted. He breaks the smoke, and then DK gets initiation. The arrow flies forward, but Mr. President him. S4 able to actually tank it, so now you can get all the heals off from Chen. Hand of God included. And Team Liquid dropping like flies. 3 heroes gone. That may even just be the game right now. Because you know Nico wants to find the remaining kills, and they get the trap down. Clumsy net into the spear. Mickey has no way out to safety, and GG is called. Alliance. They wanted to answer what Team Liquid gave in game 1, and my god, did they do that.
Yeah, very nice execution from Alliance. I love those teams that allow other teams to pick the same